And tonight we're following how CCSD is working to improve security on campus. They're pouring millions of dollars into security upgrades, but are the schools getting an equal share?
Now, this all comes after district officials say they were seeing a rise in campus violence last school year. In April, a 16-year-old student was charged with attempted murder and sexual assault of his teacher in a classroom at Eldorado High School. The teen is being charged as an adult. Then on July 12, Fox 5 uncovered that the district spent more than $26 million on security upgrades at that school.
But investments at other schools were a mere fraction of that cost. And that's why Fox 5's Maddie White set out to learn more about this $26 million price tag. And here's Maddie joining us in studio.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people had questions about this and wanted transparency. So last month I requested an itemized cost breakdown, and I just got those public records back. When the Construction Management Department first presented CCSD's Chief Financial Officer, Jason Gowdy, with the cost for Eldorado's security improvements, he pushed back, writing, quote, "I do not think it appropriate to spend $26 million on Eldorado. This will cause an upheaval in the community that we are significantly protecting one set of students better." And he was right about some of the reaction it caused. One CCSD principal who wishes to stay anonymous out of fear of retaliation told me, "$26 million is asinine. Previous schools just built from scratch only cost $31 million for the entire building and infrastructure. This is madness." Still, some also take the position that no matter what the cost, the investment in Eldorado is justified. A young man who was a senior at Eldorado when this happened says he's pleased to see the devotion of funds after the terror of what happened on his campus.
Well, I hope that they do whatever is necessary to benefit the school security structure and whatever helps the staff and administration and the students. Most importantly, the students feel safe there.
Still, I worked to answer your question by requesting public records showing an itemized receipt of costs that make up that $26 million price tag. Now, sometimes with public records, they'll withhold or redact certain information. It's unclear if that's happening here, but this is the sheet that has the breakdown of itemized costs for all of the security enhancements at the Priority 1 schools, which are all high schools. You can see Desert Oasis, Western, Basic, Bonanza, Desert Pines, and at the bottom of the list, you do see Eldorado High School. Now, these columns are all for the itemized expenses. Fencing, we have camera augmentation, 4K cameras, intrusion detection. However, you will see those itemized costs laid out for the other schools, but for Eldorado High School, it's grayed out in this line and this line as well. You just see that the total is $26 million, which is quite a bit more than the other totals, which range kind of in the $5 to $7 million range. However, if you scroll up to conversations that took place just a couple weeks prior, you can see the costs that they projected for Eldorado itemized. The most expensive? Network, at more than $8.5 million. What is network? We asked our principal what he thought. He wasn't sure, but said camera systems are networked in the fact that CCSD police can log into them. But at the July 14th board meeting, Chief of Facilities Nathan Miller attributed the $26 million cost to the state of disrepair Eldorado was already in, writing, quote, "The addition of the instant alert system and the security camera enhancements has required specific and considerable infrastructure modernizations, most notably relative to electrical work and low voltage design and construction. With the aforementioned necessary modernizations, other needed improvements were authorized." He goes on to say the improvements would have been needed inevitably to allow the school to function properly in the coming years ahead and minimize future disruptions to students and staff. My requests for interviews today were not granted, but I'll keep tracking the money. Reporting live in studio, I'm Maddie White, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas.